going to say this about 1,000,000 times so I'll get it right. Palbociclib, 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 Palbociclib. I'm on some new cancer meds, and today I'm going to talk to you about them and what they're doing. Hi, I'm Denise, and this is Travels in My Chair. The first drug that I was put on after I had my heavy dose of radiation was Letrosol. Now, I have taken Letrosol in the past for 11 years, and it is designed for postmenopausal women who have estrogen-positive breast cancer. So what Letrosol does is help reduce the amount of estrogen that's produced in your body, so it decreases the growth of hormone-sensitive cancers, tumors. Let me just tell you a couple of things that have happened since I started taking Letrosol in 2007. I stayed on the drug for 11 years because I felt that it had actually saved my life when a lot of other things were not looking so great. As an example, they felt a hole that showed up on a CT scan in my sternum. So when they found that, they thought, well, okay, the cancer's gone to your bone. You've probably got a couple of years left to live. I stayed on the Letrosol. They couldn't decide whether I should have radiation, whether I should have chemotherapy, whether I should even have the surgery, whether it was even going to be worth it. And I went around in circles. So when I say to you how important it is that my cancer team is working with me, that's why. Because my oncologist went away for a few months at that time. The radiation, their oncologist did not want to give me radiation. The new oncologist they gave me just wanted to give me chemotherapy and did not want to do a mastectomy. And I had no idea what was going on. My blood pressure went through the roof, and I thought, well, it won't matter pretty soon because I'm going to probably die of a heart attack or a stroke from the stress of not knowing. And it was my potential surgeon's nurse who noticed that I was stressed right out. And she gave me her card and she said, send me an email, tell me all your concerns. We'll get this dealt with for you. So I did. She called me. She talked to the surgeon. The surgeon came up with a plan. Was do the mastectomy, then do 16 courses of radiation, especially doing a heavy course in the sternum area. She took out some lymph nodes, and hey, 15 years later, here I am. I think Letrosol played a really important part in that because it kept the tumor confined to the breast. It didn't allow it to spread throughout my body. Now, I'm not a doctor, and this is just my opinion, okay? So imagine my surprise on July 27th of my visit to the cancer agency. They said, oh, we're putting you back on Letrosol, but guess what? There's a new drug. I said, okay. My oncologist said, Letrosol has been proven very, very good at shrinking tumors. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep your tumors confined and shrink them down. We have now got a new drug which will actually work in tandem with the Letrosol, and it gives a much better result. And that drug, and I'm going to read it because, boy, it's a long one, is Palbociclib, or Ibrance, or Ibrance, or Ibrance. It's Ibrance. It's a drug put out by Pfizer. It's a chemotherapy drug. It's got a ton of side effects. I was freaking out. However, the alternative, so if I can have a drug that's going to work in tandem with the Letrosol I'm already on, My body is being attacked. Let's see how well it can fight the war. That's my opinion. Palbociclib is a drug that you take for 21 days and then you go off the drug for 7 days. It can affect your white blood cells, and it can affect your red blood cells and make you anemic. So one of the things that the oncologist is setting up for me is a series of getting blood work done regularly so that we know exactly what's going on. And it's a pretty heavy-duty drug, and it comes with, the usual side effects: dizziness, tiredness, stomach problems, diarrhea, constipation. But add that bleeding nose, bleeding gums, things like that. So you need to be very cautious that you're not around anyone that is sick, because you don't have the immunity to fight things off. So in this time of COVID, when we're being hypersensitive to being around crowds, I hope, you have to be extra protective of yourself. I started taking this pill a few days ago. I wonder what it's going to happen, because I must say that I'm on another drug called Ozempic. It is a drug for type 2 diabetes that you inject once a week. Now this drug, I love it, guys. You will lose 1 to 2% of your body weight on this drug. Okay, you might think, yahoo! The reason they don't tell you that you're going to lose the body weight is because your stomach is so upset that you don't want to eat anything. So I called my doctor. I said, I'm starting this new cancer drug, and frankly, I got to be honest, I'm more concerned about the cancer drug than the diabetes drug. So since it is working, can I cut down on the dosage of the diabetes drug? I need to get my stomach under control. He goes, sure, yeah, let's cut it down by half, and we'll monitor you, and I'll get you to come in and see me in November. That'll give you a really good idea of what's going on. Palbociclib. I don't know how long they're going to keep me on it. I don't know what the long-term side effects will be. Right now, I'm happy to report that there hasn't been any side effects. Now with the Ozempic, the Letrosol, and the Palbociclib all attacking my stomach, I've had to adjust what I eat, and I thought this might be something that I could share with you. And let me know, like, if you're on any of these drugs and you're having side effects, or there's only certain foods that you feel comfortable eating. I think our YouTube people, they would love to know, because it might help them. So first of all, in the mornings, I have always in the past had a cup of coffee with foamy milk, call it a latte, one piece of toast with nut butter on top, an apple, and a handful of walnuts. That's been my breakfast of choice. Occasionally I'll have oatmeal. All of a sudden, I'm on this Ozempic for the type 2 diabetes, and also I've had the radiation, which is also, it's thrown me off kilter too. I can't stand the smell of oatmeal. Coffee, which I just love, I can't drink coffee. I can only get through a half an apple, and then my head tells my stomach, no, you've had enough. I was going all day without eating anything but a half an apple and a half a piece of toast. Dinner time, any meat, like steak or pork or anything like that, literally the smell of it would make me go, no. I told my doctor I'm not feeling like I'm going to throw up or anything. I just don't want to eat. So I was watching something on YouTube by a doctor who was talking about Palbociclib, and he was saying that because of how it can upset your stomach and so forth, you should maybe eat a high-fat, high-calorie diet while you're on the drug. I'm going, whoa, that's cool. Because you've got to keep your strength up and your muscle strength. If you're not eating, your muscles are going to get weak. And this drug is, you're immune sensitive now with this drug. So you got to try and stay as healthy as you can. My new diet consists of a smoothie in the morning made with a scoop of protein powder because I wasn't getting enough protein, berries for antioxidants, maybe a half a pear because for fiber, spinach, sometimes a bit of carrot. It depends. The fruit will vary, but usually spinach is a good part of it. And that's what I have in the morning. Now I'm finding, guys, that this sets me up for the day. My stomach isn't sore, and as long as I've got the protein powder in there, I feel happy with this. So by lunchtime, my stomach is saying, okay, I think we can try a bit of food now. So I have to honestly say that I've had a week now of not having stomach aches. So this is working for me, okay? So for lunch, I can either have a half a sandwich, like cheese and tomato or something like that. It has to be really bland. I can't handle any spices. And I'm really not very happy with meat. Dinner time. One night, last week, Alan cooked a chicken thigh with shake and bake because it was rainy out and he didn't want to barbecue. OMG. Was that ever delicious? I realized that one of the things that was bothering me, besides the smell of the chicken cooking, was also putting any kind of sauce on it. But shake and bake chicken thigh, it was juicy, the flavor was there, but it wasn't overpowering. And last night I tried a tiny bit of steak, minute, and we had baked potato. I'm not a potato person, but boy oh boy, was it ever good. Raw green beans, delicious. Raw carrots, delicious, or even lightly steamed. I can eat a half a pear, I can eat a half an apple. I just can't manage a whole one of anything. I feel good today. Oh my goodness. For almost 2 months I've had nothing but stomach problems, and it is so lovely to not have that. So I'll let you know what happens as I continue on this journey with this new pill. And thanks so much for joining me today. I have been overwhelmed with the amount of new subscribers and the comments you lovely people are making. Thank you so much. It just encourages me. I'm not going to make every YouTube video about me and cancer because I think that would just bore everybody to death. But I will update when things are happening and let you know and keep you in the loop. But you guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thanks. It just does my heart good. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now.